Watch this pill dissolve. It contains no active chemical ingredients and no synthesized medicine. It is a simple sugar pill. Yet when patients take it, their bodies frequently behave as if they've received the real thing. In clinical trials, we see patients whose chronic inflammation suddenly vanishes and whose aggressive tumors actually shrink, all in response to nothing more than a saline injection or an empty tablet. These results confirm that the human body possesses a built-in pharmacy, biological hardware capable of systemic repair. The trigger for this hardware isn't always a molecule from a lab. Often, the catalyst is the mind's absolute conviction that the body is being cured. If a thought alone can dictate whether a cell repairs itself or continues to degrade, our current understanding of medicine is incomplete. We have to account for the physical power of conviction. If we carry this capacity for self-repair, we have to ask why we struggle to use it. Why are chronic illness and mental exhaustion the standard human experience? Consider how much of your day is actually intentional. From your breathing to your automatic emotional reactions, researchers find that nearly 90% of our daily life is driven by the subconscious. Over decades, this submerged space is filled with limiting beliefs that act as a blockade, quietly instructing the body to remain in stress or brokenness. There is an old story about a fish vendor who spends a night in a flower shop. Despite the beautiful fragrance of the blossoms, he cannot sleep. He only finds peace when he drags his foul-smelling, empty fish baskets into the room and places them next to his head. We often mirror that vendor. We become so accustomed to the smell of our own struggles, our anxiety and chronic pain, that a healthy, peaceful state feels foreign. We end up rejecting the relief right in front of us because our biology is wired to seek the familiar discomfort of the past. Real healing requires more than a passing wish. It requires a deliberate mechanism to bypass this toxic subconscious conditioning and unlock the body's internal pharmacy. 2,000 years ago, a massive crowd was shoving and pressing in on Jesus. Every person in that mob was trying to get his attention. Among them was a woman who had suffered from a severe bleeding illness for 12 years. She had exhausted every medical option. Desperate, she pushed through the crowd, aiming only to brush against the hem of his clothes. She was convinced this single touch would repair her body. She wasn't asking for a cure. She was certain it would happen. Ancient accounts describe an immediate reaction. Jesus stopped, claiming he felt energy physically leave his body. At that exact moment, the woman's 12-year illness was gone. When he spoke to her, he didn't take credit for the event. He told her explicitly, "Your faith has made you well." This story provides a historical framework for the placebo effect. It is belief pushed to such a high concentration that it bypasses the subconscious entirely, forcing the body to overwrite its own sick biology. If an internal conviction can trigger an external physical cure, we have to look at the medium that connects the two. Physics describes an invisible web of energy called the quantum field. It is a vast grid of infinite possibilities that surrounds and connects everything in the universe, including our own cells. When we dwell on trauma or fear, our minds produce a form of static. This chaotic frequency repels the organizing energy of the field, effectively blocking our connection to the universe's capacity for repair. But radical faith, dropping all mental baggage and limiting beliefs, acts as a clear, unblocked frequency. It synchronizes with the grid, opening a direct channel between our intention and the field. When this connection is established, our biology responds. The nervous system shifts out of survival mode, allowing cellular repair to begin. This makes faith a literal quantum mechanism. It is the bridge allowing a deep internal intention to manifest as a physical, biological reality. Activating this response requires a disciplined shift in focus. It demands that we consciously surrender the physical and mental struggles we have carried for years. To begin this process, dedicate 5 minutes every morning and 5 minutes every night to a specific practice of mental intimacy. Speak to the divine power as you would to a loving parent. Share the smallest details of your day with total vulnerability and trust. This consistency overwrites the dark 90% of the subconscious. By repeatedly experiencing this safety, you replace fear with a conviction of protection. As this strengthens, chronic stress dissolves. You are training your biology to stop reacting to past pain. This leads to a final promise found in ancient wisdom. Even if troubles come like a turbulent ocean, you can remain steady, knowing a protective power is waiting on the shore to meet you. You are inherently priceless. By aligning your mind with the power of faith, you gain the ability to heal your body and take control of your physical reality.